income approach and a sales comparison approach. And it will present the as-is value of all of these properties, as well as a value, a hypothetical value, if this was an undeveloped package of property. And it just gives us a feel for taking stock of the asset that we have here. And he's ready to go, and it'll take about 3 weeks to get that work done. And this is about 50 to 60% of the next best proposal in terms of pricing and in terms of timing as well. So I'll prepare an agenda bill and have, I don't have an agenda bill for you. I got this afternoon at 5 o'clock. It'll be on the agenda, on the consent agenda next week. If you have any questions about it, certainly call me during the week, or we can pull it and talk about it if you need.
Is that a local firm?
He is.
Metro area?
He's in, from downtown Vancouver.
Oh, cool.
But I believe First Service PGP valuation is a piece of something much larger. But they've got an office here in Vancouver.
Okay, thank you. Council items? Molly, let's start on your side.
Actually, no, I don't think I have anything right now. We have a cemetery board meeting tomorrow and a parks board last week, so.
Cemetery at 10:30.
I'm wondering if it was it 10:30 or did they change it to 11:30?
Joanna, do you know?
Check my schedule.
What day?
Tomorrow.
Cemetery? You don't?
It used to be
You
10
wouldn't know, never mind.
It used to be 10:30,
Jill.
and
I got
it
it.
seems like they,
10:30.
yeah, but a couple of times they moved it to 11:30 for some reason.
Is this tomorrow?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
We have a scheduled meeting.
It is at 11:30.
Yeah, see, I thought they had changed it for a reason.
Might make it.
No?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just talking about another meeting that's scheduled for tomorrow that may be a conflict
For,
for the mayor.
I'm gonna make it back in time.
okay.
Jennifer?
Got a couple things. Regarding a payable I ran across recently, our membership for the National League of Cities is up for renewal, and I just kind of wanted to have a discussion as to whether or not council considers this to be something that's beneficial to the city or something that isn't beneficial to the city. I haven't really found much of the information I received from NLC to be very informative on my end. So I just didn't know if I could, what council members are left. We could talk about it.
Well, I have a question about that. I know with MRSC and with AWC, we can call them up and ask them questions and research.
Yeah, I just want to
NLC
kind of weigh the pros and cons. It's not a whole lot of money, but when you add up all these memberships, plus we also get a lot of subscriptions, to different professional magazines and such, and it does, add up after a while, so. Dave?
I would not be in favor of dropping the MRSC research capability.
No, definitely not, no. I'm talking about the National League of Cities,
Yeah,
NLC.
You can drop those in a heartbeat from my perspective.
I don't really know what the impact would be. I've actually
We don't get
been,
anything out of it. We don't pay into their legal, the legal end of things, so they're not gonna be, offering us any sort of,
well,
legal
maybe we should
advice.
take a look and see, is there any benefit that we currently get, even collectively from, all the cities? Because I've been to
AWC,
back to
I
a,
think is very effective, but this particular.
But NLC, I've been back to one of their conferences once.
Mhm.
And, I kind of like local, or state,
Right, exactly.
agencies.
Exactly.
I think they're more
For a city
effective.
as small
but
as Washougal.
I guess I would,
The only thing I could add with respect to the NLC, the AWC, I don't know if they are formally organizationally affiliated with the NLC, that you could almost think of the AWC as a chapter of a state chapter of the NLC. All of the professional associations that we belong to, or that you might belong to in your professions, have state and local chapters of national organizations. What the NLC does provide, notwithstanding the efficacy of your training or how that's been for you, or their publications or their information, they do have lots of information and publications that you can find your way to, but AWC has some, MRSC has some more pertinent to Washington. NLC provides advocacy at the federal level on behalf of cities. They fight against unfunded mandates, and they fight for adequate resources for cities to get the job done. That would be kind of the high-level benefit of being a member. Our small contribution just kind of feeds into that advocacy on behalf of all cities in the country.
Yeah.
That would be the one thing I would point to. Now, whether our not being a member would make or break the NLC's advocacy program, I doubt that it would have a material impact on what they do. But it's just the notion of kind of being part of that.
I think my objection to NLC is that they're high tax, high spend. And I don't like that agenda. AWC shares that to some extent, but they're local and they do a lot of good work in terms of not only advocacy, but research, which I think is beneficial. So from my perspective, if you could dump NLC and retain AWC and MRSC, I'm all for it.
Dollar amounts are vastly different. You're talking a few $100s for NLC versus the thousands of dollars that we pay for AWC.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that.
Well,
AWC
it's
is.
$1,117 for our NLC membership.
For which one, Jennifer?
NLC.
Okay. And for AWC?
That hasn't come up, I'm not sure.
I'm gonna get it wrong. I wanna say it was like $6,400 or $6,500 for
Really?
the membership, not counting insurance.
Correct.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, it's within that ballpark. It's under 10,000, but it's more than 6.
I guess I'm just trying to figure out what the benefit is
Well,
for NLC.
I would like to look
Because
more
our
at it.
mandates, usually, when you're talking mandate, it's coming down from the state level.
There's a lot of federal issues that NLC actually does tackle, but I would like to actually see how effective are they? Are we getting our comparative, are we getting our comparable money's worth? I think I know what
Do we have
Michael's
effective,
doing.
you know, we should
Say
go,
it now.
can we call them up and say, hey, fight for us?
Well, but I mean, we don't really know very much about it. I'd like to have a little more information before we make a determination. I'm not saying yes or no, but.
They
Well,
could
we're
all be
passing the
tied
budget next
together,
week, right?
I don't
Yeah.
know, I'm just questioning. You asked me to be on the finance committee, okay? I'm questioning.
Okay.
And,
All right.
To a large degree, AWC is always gonna be it's always gonna appear to be much more appropriate and close to us and that type of stuff because it deals so much
Right.
with state issues. But no surprise there, I mean, if you look at AWC's staffing level, they've got 20 to 30 staff total, over one of which is stationed in Washington DC on to watch over the federal side and try to report back. NLC, I know, quite frankly, I've never asked the question if you all get their